Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is the Black Manga Critic. We are here. We are back. We are live. I'm hyped, all right? Because I know y'all are probably annoyed about the fact that I'm gonna stop reading Kingdom. I just have to because it's just there are no legal volumes out. It's all scans. It's all scans. At least with the weekly Shonen Jump titles, there are legal chapters that come out weekly, right? There's a viz scan, stuff like that, and generally, and if you have access to them, then it's like you have access to them. But Kingdom, it's like you do not have any legal ways of getting that, of reading that, right? So I was like, all right, let me make this video real quick, let y'all know what's going on with that, what I'm going to be replacing the Kingdom Read-A-Thon with, okay? Because it has to be a good manga. There's no way, you can't just be like, I'm gonna replace Kingdom with the latter half of Bleach. I'm gonna keep using Bleach as the example of trash. But really I should probably switch it with Fairy Tail because Fairy Tail was hot garbage. That second half of Fairy Tail was hot garbage. Okay? Kingdom, y'all. Kingdom. Alright. But Kingdom's dope. I got past that particular arc. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to spoil it for nobody. But it was dope. It was hype. It was incredible. And I'm glad that I read that. I read it illegally, okay? So, the manga. All right, I got the volume right here. All right? I'm not gonna show you yet. But the manga that I am replacing the Kingdom Read-A-Thon with, from henceforth, it will not be called the Kingdom Read-A-Thon. All right, that's gonna be on a pretty long hiatus, all right? Because I gotta learn Japanese, I gotta do that stuff. Nah. Morality equalized, it don't work like that. All right. There's a bigger picture here, right? To stop reading it, to do those things, in the hopes that other people will do that and buy the volumes. I don't know how many people are buying the volumes. I don't think so. All right. Fairy Tail's trash. It just ended terribly. Started off decently, but ended terribly. So let's see. Do I have the first volume here? No, it's right here. I switch it up, y'all. All right. The first volume of the manga that I'm reading. All right. The reveal. Drum roll, please. Is Monster. All right. I've never read Monster before. I have never read Monster before. But I'm gonna start reading Monster. Okay. I actually have the first 3 volumes, the newest volumes, right now, but I've never read Monster before. I never watched Monster. I hadn't watched the anime. Haven't. But I've heard so much about it. All right, I've heard so much about it. I don't know much about it. I've heard a lot of things, but the manga that I'm replacing the Kingdom Read-A-Thon with, all right, till I get to a place where I can actually try to read that stuff. All right, and the first one is going to be Monster. I'm just going to keep bringing in certain types of manga that I think y'all want me to do read-a-thons on. Okay? I'm going to keep bringing in manga like that. So Monster's going to be one. Some Urasawa stuff, right? Pluto. I haven't read Pluto. Some really good stuff. I'm gonna react to some really good stuff. Okay? I'm gonna keep reacting to the stuff I want to react to. Right, I'm gonna keep reacting to the stuff I want to react to. All right, but Monster will be the manga that I replace it with. And then once I'm done with Monster, I'm gonna switch to something else. All right, one of the just hype stuff. Basically, I'm gonna the Kingdom Read-A-Thon will be replaced by just continuous hype manga that y'all know and love, but they have to be available. They have to be legally available, right? So something like Vinland Saga is legally available. I can go out, I can buy those volumes. So at some point, once I finish Monster, maybe Vinland Saga will be next. Maybe a different type of manga will be next, right? So I might switch it with Pluto, which is another Urasawa work, right? I might switch it with, another Inu Asano work, that I haven't read yet, something like that, right? I'm gonna bring back Goodnight Poon Poon, right? Stuff like that. I'm gonna bring certain texts back that I had just kind of when left on a hiatus. I'm gonna start reading those things. The Kingdom Read-A-Thon will be swapped for just an onslaught of hyped manga that's illegal. I have no idea why Viz hasn't picked up Kingdom. The only thing I can think of is some, just legalities, like what's it call it? The rights to certain things and stuff like that. It's the only thing that I could think of. Because the manga that is Kingdom would sell so well in the States. So I don't really understand what that's about. But we'll look into it. Yeah, Kingdom's pretty old. Kingdom's pretty old. You can kind of tell. It's not like super old, but it's old. It's old enough. It's old enough. It's been out for a while. It's been out for a while. Say that. But it's not like super old or anything like that. But it's old enough. It's been out. It's been out for a while. But yeah, the first one is gonna be Monster. I've heard so much about it. I've heard about its villain. I've heard about that's about it. Not anything distinct about the villain, but I've heard a lot. And just like the greatness of that is Monster, and it makes sense. I didn't know that it was a Urasawa work, so I'm not surprised that it's dope, because Urasawa generally writes dope stuff. 20th Century Boys, Pluto, stuff like he writes dope stuff. I'm trying to think of other stuff that I've read by him that I'm like, I like that work. I thought that was dope. I read that many, but I've read enough. I've read enough to be you just, all you have to do is read 20th Century Boys, and all right, but certain texts I'm going to read, and what I'm going to do from now on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to solicit sort of a list. Now, and it's not going to be during this stream. It's not going to be during this stream. This is just a quick stream. I just want to do this to let you know what is going on, what I have planned for this, because the Kingdom Read-A-Thon is a big one. All right. A lot of people came to this channel to watch me react and talk about the greatness that is Kingdom. Okay. So, and chat with y'all and live chat and everything like that. So I have to make sure that I'm replacing it with something that is equally hype. And to me, the only thing that could really do that is just a constant onslaught of just manga that's hype, that people love, that they've read, that I haven't read, and that I want to react to, and that I want to read, and that I want to get excited. You know what I mean? I want to get excited reading this stuff. So Monster will be first, and then after that, we'll see. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop reading the other stuff that I want to read. I'm still going to react to A Bride Story this week. I think I'm going to react to that tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to react to A Bride Story. I might do a double stream. It might be A Bride Story and Yona, because I have to get back to those two. Although I need to buy the volumes for Yona, so I might not be able to react to Yona yet, because I need to order the volume for Yona. Yeah. So I can't react to Yona yet, but what I will do is, when it comes to I'm going to look through my Read-A-Thon stuff. This is the plan, okay? I'm going to look through all of my Read-A-Thons. I'm going to see what text I can actually buy for those Read-A-Thons, if I can get them, if I get them quickly, and then I'm going to go into it. It's up to you. If you want to wait, if Family Guy 10, if you want to wait for the anime to come out, I'm not going to tell nobody to don't wait, just read them out. If you prefer anime, then wait for the anime, right? I prefer manga, so I just read manga. I generally don't watch anime. I know that there is a Monster anime, but I generally I enjoy reading manga way more, and I think sometimes an anime might ruin a certain text, but yeah, I hope so. Yo, boom, I hope so. I really do. All right, I really do. But to me, the Kingdom Read-A-Thon, y'all, got to be replaced by Monster. Monster has to be the first, because I just people adore this manga. Just in a way that I think I've only ever seen with just certain manga, like Naruto, One Piece, Kingdom, you know what I mean? Certain manga, Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura, Nana is one. Nana, what's another one that's incredible? Looking at my shelf. Oh, Dragon Ball, of course, right? Parasite, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just great stuff. Junji Ito, Uzumaki, stuff like that, right? So I'm really looking forward to this. This is gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be really dope. All right, and what I'm gonna do is at some point I'm gonna just shoot out a tweet. If you haven't followed me on Twitter, you don't have to follow me. I'm just gonna shoot out the tweet, and you could probably just find the tweet if anything. I'm not super concerned about like getting like 10,000 followers or 8,000. Like I don't care. I don't care about that. I just like talking to people on Twitter. That's me. I just like talking to people on Twitter. But what I am going to do, because I think it's easier on Twitter, is just like I'm gonna put out a tweet, and I'm gonna say, hey, like, boom, like, what are some manga that you think I would want to react to, right? Like what are some manga that I'm gonna react to? All right, yo, Dustin, here's a deal. All right, my guy. So basically, I gotta stop the Kingdom Read-A-Thon. You already know that I generally like don't read like viz chapters, like scans and stuff like that, unless it's not like chapter scans, unless they're viz, right? Like that's generally what I do. I'm just been slowly but methodically trying to like wean myself off of scans. That's me. I haven't told anybody, yo, you need to do this, or you need to, like, you know what I mean? I don't do that. I don't tell people like, don't do that. Don't like. I'm just like, yo, this is what I'm doing, right? So what I've said is that I'm replacing the Kingdom Read-A-Thon. Right? I'm replacing the Kingdom Read-A-Thon. All right. And I know that this is a big thing. This is a big thing, right? If I'm replacing it, right? I'm replacing the Kingdom Read-A-Thon, the first volume of Monster. Okay. I don't know if you ever read it, Dustin. But Monster is a text that I've heard so much about. Like I've heard like crazy amounts about. Like it was basically like the same amount as like Kingdom. I heard the same like love from about Monster that I heard about Kingdom, right? So I'm gonna start checking it out. You know, I heard incredible things about it. So yo, great things. So that's gonna be the first manga, and I bought the first 3 volumes. Like, yo, come on, 3 volumes, all right? I bought the first 3 volumes. Y'all thought I'm playing. You think I'm playing? I'm not playing. Nah, I'm just gonna stop reading Kingdom. Like I gotta figure. The thing for me is like I've always told myself that I was gonna learn Japanese at some point, to the place where like I felt like I could read like a manga volume or something like that. And that's the work that I want to start doing that now, because I've always said it. But if I don't start doing it, when am I gonna do it? When am I gonna do it? Right? Am I gonna do it 30 years from now? Like I'm gonna do 40 years from, like I gotta do it now. Okay? So, but look, but of course, like, you know, we'll see. I can always, maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll say, hey, maybe I'll say, hey, maybe I will like buy a volume while I'm like reading like certain things. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But I think for right now, just for a bit, maybe like it might be like, you know, a month or like maybe like a month or something like that. And I just might not read Kingdom, just to like get myself maybe a month or 2. And I just say, hey, I got to make sure that I can buy these volumes, that I can support it, that I can make sure that I do it at the same time. That might be the only manga that I do that with, because I've already started Kingdom. I'm pretty far into it. So that might be a manga that I do that with at some point down the line. But I'd have to replace the Kingdom Read-A-Thon for that time, right? So that might be something that I do. I'm going to think about it. You know what I mean? Because I know how much people love that Kingdom greatness. That Kingdom Read-A-Thon greatness is dope. But so I'm gonna think about it, okay? But I gotta replace it with something. So what I'm gonna replace it with? First, Monster. That's gonna be the first manga that I'm gonna do. And then after Monster, probably either Vinland Saga or Vagabond, or, you know, something that people really love, that I've heard a lot about, you know, things that you really want to see. Now, if I have other people that are saying like, hey, like you should react to like these manga over here that might be less popular, I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm not gonna stop doing that. I just got to really figure out my schedule and when I can stream and how many chapters I can legitimately react to in those streams, you know? So I got to figure that out too. I read manga probably, I used to read manga every day. Now I probably read manga every, I want to say 2 or 3 days, just because I try to react and I try to make sort of content for the channel, and I sort of try to match it up with what I'm reading. So if I read let's say if I'm reading what was it? So there's one manga, like certain manga I will react to, certain manga I will not react to. I used to read manga every single day. And I don't now, one, because I gotta dedicate time to reading other stuff. I gotta read educational articles and stuff like that, but I also have to read books that I want to read, just dope theoretical text and stuff like that I really like, scholarship stuff. And then there's manga that I read. Attack on Titan I'm not caught up, but I might do a catch-up stream or something like that at some point. But I gotta see what volumes are out and where I stopped, because I stopped basically right after, I think I stopped right after I'm not stop. I think right after the time skip, maybe a chapter or two after that time skip. I think that's where I stopped. But yeah. I'm sorry. That's a spoiler. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, hardcore. I'm sorry, man. I am. I apologize. But that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I stopped. But I might do a read through at some point. Hold on, one of my cats is do a little too much. Okay, but man, yeah, I got to do a read through of that definitely for Attack on Titan, because I've heard it's gotten pretty hype. But certain things just bothered me about where the story went. I was just I'm not feeling it. But I continued to read anyways, and there was some stuff that I still really liked. Yeah, replaced by, it's all right, good. No, but yeah. So Dustin was nah, you gotta keep going. So what I'm gonna do, Jumbo, what I'm probably going to do is I'm gonna take a hiatus from it for probably a couple of months, or was it 2 months? So 2 months, I'm just not going to read. I'm just not gonna react to any Kingdom. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace that with other manga that people are hyped about. Okay, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. But I gotta start buying Kingdom volumes. I think that's something that I have to do. And then while I have buying those volumes, and I think try to learn Japanese while I'm buying those volumes, try to see where my reading level is at when I'm reading that stuff, just kind of continue to grow and to learn the language and do those things, yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But, again, John Boy, the first manga that I am reading that's going to be replacing the Kingdom Read-A-Thon during its hiatus. Again, the Kingdom Read-A-Thon will be going on a hiatus. It has to if I'm going to do what I want to do. And the first manga that will be replying, right, that's going to be replacing it is Monster, okay? All right. Urasato's Monster. But I have to, because I think the thing is I know my own abilities and what I I know what I can and can't do, and I think I know if I put in the work, I can learn this language. I know if I put in the work, I can do it. I know it. You know what I mean? I think if I was 17 or 18, I'd be I don't know. But I'm 29 going on 30. Monster's going to be the first one, and then we're just going to keep going. It's going to be hype manga after hype manga. So the slot for the Kingdom Read-A-Thon was basically on the weekends. I just been busy these past few weekends, so I haven't really been able to react to too much. on Saturdays and Sundays. But Monster is going to be this Saturday. So this Saturday, going to react to some Monster greatness. All right. So the first volume is like 16 chapters. All right. So I'm going to react to that first volume. You know, I'm going to do it. Saturday is going to be Monster Volume 1. All right. Or as many chapters as I can read. You know, maybe it'll be 10 chapters, maybe it'll be whatever. You know, but after that, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna put a tweet. I'm gonna tweet it out. All right. I'm gonna tweet this out. Maybe like the Kingdom Read-A-Thon will be on a 2-month hiatus. Right? With 2-month hiatus. And while during that time, I'm gonna see if I can, make sure I buy certain Kingdom volumes, stuff like that. And I'm gonna put out a tweet. It's gonna say, okay, the Kingdom Read-A-Thon will be on hiatus, and then it's gonna say, which manga would you like me to react to on Saturdays or Sundays, right? Like, or both. It could be both. Could be, right? So I could, maybe I'll do it on both Saturday and Sunday, where I'll react to like Monster on Saturdays and Sundays, and then you won't see any videos like on that for the weekdays, but on the weekend you see 2 videos. It could be that. So I think that's something that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to look through the list, and I want people to like really put down like manga. It's got to be manga. I'm not reacting to no anime. I think the only anime I'm gonna react to is The Promised Neverland, and even then, like I might just do reviews for it. You know what I mean? Like very quick reviews. Nothing like 80 minutes long or something like that. Just quick 4-minute review or something like that. 5-minute review, talking about how I felt about an episode or whatever. Animation wise and art wise and design and music and and voice acting and stuff like that. But I think that's the goal. This is what I'm going to do. Okay. Again, this stream is not supposed to be very long. Just saying, these are my plans. I am replacing the Kingdom Read-A-Thon for 2 months, 2 solid months. Okay. And what I want to do is, react to as many sort of manga as possible. So I'm going to read a bunch. All right. I'm gonna try. It might be longer. It might even be longer. Maybe the hiatus might be, might be 3 months. But generally, it'll probably be 2 because summer I'll have more time to do certain things. Even though I will be working during the summer and like teaching and doing stuff like that, I'm gonna try to do a bunch. All right. So Monster, I don't think is very long. So I think I can get through that pretty quickly, and then and enjoy it, and then get to like another manga that like maybe is finished. That you all really want me to read, you all really want me to check out, and that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, all right. Thank y'all for coming through. This is dope. Thank you for the support. Thank you for telling me that I can learn Japanese, that I can do this thing, and I'm pushing it, y'all. I'm pushing. All right. That's interesting. Combat Continent, is that legal? Like, are there like volumes that I can buy? If so, then I'll check it out. That's the thing, right? They have to be available in the States, right? Like they have to be translated, and they have to be, they have to be available in the States in English, so I can buy them, so I can read them. If they're finished manga, that's even better, because then I can get through them and finish them and like quickly move on to a different read-a-thon. But if they're not finished, then that means that I have to stop where it's at and do that. All right. Thank you for coming through. All right. I'm the Black Manga Critic, and I'm out.